Do you want it from the book or the screenshots?
Hold on, I have this. You sent me screenshots.
I did. I kind of warned him. I was like, don't we want to hear a live reading of Teddy Hamilton?
Okay, but forgive me. Most of the time I get to do this and then stop and start and stop and start. So you guys are getting a very...
This is Teddy Hamilton recording the water volleyball scene from 7 Year Itch by Amy Dawes.
Hold on, I'm gonna get real comfortable. I love your shoes, by the way. Those shoes are amazing.
Thank you.
I haven't seen them.
You can borrow them.
Thank you. All right. Here we go. The volleyball game begins, and it quickly becomes way more intense than I anticipated. Teaming up with Max was a bad idea. I forgot how crazy competitive that fucker is. Not to mention a ball hog. I've taken elbows and fists to the gut, back, and arms because he's diving for every ball that comes to our side. Poor Addison and Trista are hanging onto the wall for dear life, trying to keep themselves safe. Ethan's nearly drowned twice. One time, I swear to God, Max stepped up on his son's head to spike the volleyball. And we're on the same team. But he's not wrong. Cozy is pathetic on the other side of the net. I glanced underwater at one point to make sure she wasn't wearing flippers because the girl can barely move in the water. At one point, she was just singing along to the music on the patio speakers when a ball smacked her right in the chest. How did she miss that? Everly isn't much better. You'd think at 6 feet tall she'd have some athletic intuition, but she's more interested in drink refills than playing a lick of defense. Luke, Wyatt, and Dakota have the front net completely covered and are setting each other up like they're trying out for the fucking Olympics. I want them drug tested after this match. Get your shit together, Calder, Max screams at me with veins popping out of his neck. This is game point and you're blowing it. My eyes are wide because the psychopath is dead serious. We don't even have stakes. There was no bet, no money wager, nothing. This is literally a for-fun family game, and you'd think his multi-million-dollar company was on the line with the way his nostrils are in permanent flare. You need to calm the fuck down or I'm going to call for Mom, I called back over my shoulder. Pussy, Max grumbles as he prepares to serve. That's an offensive term, you know. Max looks at me like I have two heads before he tosses the ball up to launch it over the net. When I turn back to see what happens, everything starts to move in slow motion. The serve falls perfectly in front of Luke, who easily bumps it into a soft pass to Wyatt. Wyatt makes eye contact with Dakota, whose eyes light up with fire as she nods and points to the sky. What the fuck does the point mean? She doesn't seem good. Wyatt nods back and lifts his hands to the ball, launching it into a high set. My body tenses when I watch Dakota sink shoulder deep into the water, her hair sticking to her temples as she bursts up out of the waves like a phoenix rising from the ashes. She pulls her arm back as she catapults a solid 2 feet over the net, and I look left to see if Max and Ethan are seeing what I'm seeing. But Max isn't watching the ball. He's staring at me with murder in his eyes. Look out, he yells. His voice also in slow-mo mode that's playing in my head. You're gonna die! Ethan squeals while pointing directly at me, and I swear I see all signs of childhood innocence leave his eyes. My head jerks back to the match as I launch myself up to try and block the spike she's about to send my way, but instead of focusing on the ball, my gaze drifts down her body and my jaw drops when I see that one perfectly large D-cup breast has completely exposed itself. It's sprung free from the tiny black bikini triangle that everyone knew was no match for the power and athleticism radiating through her veins during this match. Her pale pink pert nipple winks at me as water sluices off its large peak, and I feel my traitorous cock twitch as my eyes flash back up to Dakota. A devious smirk brightens her clear blue gaze before sparks burst through my vision and the ball smashes into my face, causing the lights to go out. Is he going to have to do this, go to the hospital? I hear Ethan's frantic voice cry as my body is being dragged through the water. No, Ethan, Max sighs. But we're going to have to get out of the pool because Calder ruined it with his blood. Blood, I croak and lift my hand to my nose. I pull my fingers back and see that, yes, That is, in fact, my blood, and it seems to be pouring from my nose and leaving a trail behind us. That doesn't seem good. Help me out, Luke. Calder's ruining the pool. Max barks. I don't want Uncle Calder to ruin the pool. Ethan cries. It's not ruined, Cozy says, finally bringing in some voice of reason. They're just going to have to treat it with chemicals, so we'll have to take a break for a couple of hours. Ethan continues crying as Everly says, well, we still won though, right? Hell yes, we won, Wyatt replies, and I look up to see them both high-five over my lifeless body. Who wants to play pickleball? This is my nightmare.
I don't know what it means about me that I'm like obsessed with that. It was like, that make me a narcissist? Because I'm just like laughing at my own words. God, that was so good. Isn't that so good?
But you see that's like, I didn't make up any of that. That's just me playing in a fun pool, to be honest. It's like, it's me getting to, everybody, you know, I've been acting, I've done theater, I've done all sorts of things.